Hello, one and all, and welcome back to my little bit of Mexico. So I'm going to look at some Mexican cookies, and of course I'll have a cup of tea at the same time. Well, one has to, doesn't one? So these cookies are made by a company called Mely. I think they're up in Apodaca. And because of this brand of cookies, especially this particular one, the Doradita, I gained a heck of a lot of followers, all from a lovely lady called Vanilla Mace. Thank you very much, young lady. I'm very much appreciative. Mely is a lovely bakery. From what I've seen of all their baked products in the local OXXO, they do a whole load of things. Some very nice cookies, some kind of scones, biscuits, I think you might call them. And of course, among those lovely biscuits are their Doraditas. So I'm going to try 3 of their Doraditas. There is, of course, the original from the original video. Ajonjolí, which are sesame seed cookies, and these ones, arándanos, and it says nuez y pasas, so pecan nuts and raisins. I'm always confused when it says arándanos, because it kind of translates as cranberry, but sometimes arándanos can be blueberries. So I'm not sure when it says arándanos if it's a general term that refers to raisins or any fruit-filled biscuit. Anyway, I haven't tried these or the ajonjolís before, so let's try them. But first of all, we should try the original. So, a slurp of tea to begin with, from what might become my famous teacup during the year. It is rather big, isn't it? I think it's about ½ a litre in capacity. Oh, isn't tea, especially hot tea, wonderful on a cold day? So, here's the original. Got a lovely aroma. Very much a lot of cinnamon in that, but isn't that a good size cookie? I always call them biscuits. I much prefer biscuits to cookies in a way. But yeah, lovely smell. You only really need one of these biscuits, to be honest. Lovely and crisp. Sorry to speak with my mouth full. Very crisp. Lovely flavour. Very fresh as well. Well, they are pretty local after all. I do like those. What I love about the packaging of Mely's cookies is that just a simple cardboard label and just wrapped in a plastic bag. Why is some packaging just so complicated and difficult to open? I mean, how many times have you struggled with a packet of Gamesa cookies or any other kind that is local to where you live? It's one of those banes of modern society and modern life, I think, to fight trying to open a pack where it says, open here, and they're just having a joke. That's what it seems to me anyway. Maybe I'm getting a little bit on the grumpy side at my age. But yeah, lovely and simple and still fresh. It doesn't need to be foil packed at all. But I must commend Mely on their packaging. I do love it. So here is one of the unholies. Always find that a bit of a mouthful at times to say the Spanish for sesame, which is what these are. As you can see, a little bit lighter in colour. Snaps in very much the same way. Very nicely baked these are. Kind of vanilla in some ways. It doesn't have that cinnamon aroma. Excuse me. That cinnamon aroma that I got with the originals. It's more vanilla. They're nice. At first I couldn't taste the sesame seed. But now, yeah, there's a nice sesame flavour. That's very nice. You don't get these sesame seeds like you get on top of a burger bun. You just get this lovely flavour. Yeah, it's a very nice taste. Very nice indeed. And of course, a slip of tea to go with it. That's a nice combination. Tea and the sesame Doraditas. Oh, they're lovely. Just as the others were lovely as well. I couldn't stop nibbling on those sesame ones. So let's turn to number 3 and the arandano, basically the fruit and nut filled, as they do have pecan nuts as well. And colour is very similar to the others, kind of in between the sesame and the original. What I like about these cookies is that there's no uniform bakedness to them, so you know they're not mass-produced things. A local baker's products. So let's see. So, oh, these seem much crisper. There's a nice taste of nuts. Oh yeah. A nice dried fruit to it as well. It doesn't have those chewy bits that you sometimes get in fruit and nut biscuits, which can be a bit of a challenge sometimes, in that they're sometimes too chewy, a little too hard, whereas these, they seem to have blended them into the cookie somehow. We get a nice fresh taste from the dried fruit. Oh, I do like those. It's that combination of crispiness and the fruits and nuts. Very nice indeed. Lovely. So, one moment. Yes, those were rather nice. What I like, apart from the fact that a good size cookie, is that you get 4 in a pack. And I think there's something like 22 pesos, 23 maybe. Yeah, I think it was around that price that they were selling them for on the OXXO. But it's the fact that one of those cookies is enough. You can have one, it's like having two in some ways. And yeah, I think Mely is a really good brand. I certainly like them, but anyway, I don't know if you can get them outside of Nuevo Leon or if they're purely a brand in this area. I don't know if you get them in other parts of Monterrey, to be honest. But yeah, out of those, I would say I enjoyed the arándanos ones, the nuts and raisins. Then I would follow it with the original. I like the ajonjolí, but it didn't really have as much flavour. It wasn't really quite as interesting as the others. I would have liked a little bit more sesame through that. But you have to try them to see what they're like, don't you? Anyway, that was rather nice. Please, if you do see them in the OXXO, try them out. They're lovely. Yeah, they get a seal of approval. Anyway, thank you for watching. So please like and subscribe from those buttons down below. See you soon. Bye for now.